My redneck mother sang redneck mother, cooking us kids something to eat. Daddy drank tequila like Pancho Villa when the Cowboys won or they got beat. That's Texas. That old Lone Star gravel making old truck rattle like to get your boot bit. Stepped on snake, Lord have mercy, the ground gets thirsty. Better buy a resistol or find some shade. That's Texas. That's Texas. That's Texas, home of George Strait the King. Ain't no such thing as chili with beans. That's Texas, hard as a flat top griddle. Ain't got a band if you ain't got a fiddle. That's Texas, with a capital T. If I can't go to heaven, I got a plan B, and that's Texas. Yeah, that's Texas. Them two-step queens will bring you to your knees. Yeah, buddy, God sure blessed them. There's 50 states, but at the end of the day, there's one that you don't mess with. That's Texas, home of Robert Earl Keen. Ain't no such thing as chili with beans. That's Texas, hard as a flat top griddle. Ain't got a band if you ain't got a fiddle. That's Texas, with a capital T. If I can't go to heaven, I got a plan B, and that's Texas. Yeah, that's Texas. Tell them about it, boys. Where the night gets bright when the stars come on, where every bar is a honky-tonk. That's Texas, home of the CJB. Ain't no such thing as chili with beans. That's Texas, hard as a flat top griddle. Ain't got a band if you ain't got a fiddle. That's Texas, with a capital T. If I can't go to heaven, I got a plan B, and that's Texas. Yeah, that's Texas. Come and take it, boys. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? We're live. Bonus coverage downtown. And everybody, well, if you're in the chat, go ahead and comment. Okay, this sounds terrible. I'm trying to make sure I see what the internet. We're here downtown in okay. Texas tailgaters, capital tailgaters. They come in very, very good. Hunter's down there making chili. I see what's fighting for them. So Hunter's getting very hard time. Sorry, going down there. Oh, there we go. Audio is a little quiet. Let's not any better. Sir. But Seth is on his way. It wouldn't be the last podcast, last live podcast. He's finishing part of the production. Texas, Clemson,
The first thing he said, oh, Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Joe, how's that audio? Is that any better? Does that help you at all? Ready for us?
Dude, it's just crazy to think. Like, I was driving up here today, and I just looked at my phone. It's like December 21st, and I'm driving downtown on Texas. It's that's crazy. That's not something that I was expecting.
Right.
Usually by early December.
Sorry. Welcome.
Hey, welcome.
He's trying to figure out how to actually put the mic on. But that hat is turning a little hard. Turning? Oh, well, then it's fine. It's a very close shade. It's orange. But it's dark and orange. I turned mine down a little bit so you couldn't hear it. And so it's hot. You're hot now. We'll just speak louder. That is, what's crazy is it's not even that busy down here. It's about 35 is.
That's the highway is, but yeah.
10:50. Oh yeah, I look at 10:30s. I pitch you for an hour. So that's I also do not take 35. So that probably should go. So we haven't talked about anything yet. We'll stick to the game here in a little bit. But I do want to talk about NIL and the chaos that's ensuing. Sorry for the press conference. This is absurd. Like, imagine NFL going to the playoffs. And the agency starts in the middle of the playoffs. You have guys teams in the middle of the playoffs. That's what's happening right now. And I'm going to tell you, he looked, the last press that I saw him do, it's sucks. Because you know that he's not only worrying about the game and getting guys ready, but he's on the phone all the time talking to people that he's trying to get over now in the portal, people that are leaving, trying to keep things going. It's pure chaos now. It's getting too much.
Especially coaches in the playoffs, have to now take this. Like you said, you're thinking about guys. You're thinking about these guys that are, and now your staff is affected with this. So I think it's up to 7. So starting that's all that are quarterback. I know some of these other schools, I think it was Indiana, 14 or 15. I mean, that's a substantial amount. Yeah, and Oklahoma,
They're basically just banking on watching the entire team watch the state come over. And just so you know, it didn't work out too well for them. But yeah, it's getting too much. We have to make a change.
there needs to be like or some kind of point that I feel like in the NCAA is get it fixed.
Well, part of the I didn't see that. Everyone's like, who's proud this guy? I wouldn't mind it. I don't mind Josh Pate. But also, you got to get to a point like, the problem is school started so they started in the middle of championship. Now, I think if you get to, there needs to be a playoff exemption to be able to, like, if you're in the playoffs, you have an exemption until you're out in order to make that in the school. Because classes, right? No, because NIL is also screwed. No one cares about it. Now, sorry, I will say, I want you to talk about when he first came in, and then our GPA went up. We got a few guys next year. NBA shot up again. A lot more guys drafted. They're already on track this year. That's what I enjoy about Sark. Ready for that culture is bigger than Alabama Jones. Dude,
I almost texted y'all both to America last night. It was like an hour and a half. So, I was just sitting on the couch also. It felt so stupid.
That was no.
I thought this was a fun show.
I know. Yeah.
Shame. NIL. So, a text from sources, he said, I don't know how valid it is. Yes, no, not that one. No. So, apparently, this will be NIL license. What they're talking about is anything over $600 will be then basically gone to Harvard. Basically, now you get $600. It is getting absurd. Yes, someone put it like there and ran with it, but when it's going to the NFL, and then this clown, whoever it was, just think beyond that. Sorry, no, if you want to be crazy right now, that's what that whole wrestler who's angry already, tired, I think. So man, more national media now.
What's going on with me? Sark seemed really spicy all week. But it was like, yeah. I was curious about the vibe. It seems like everything picked up.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like it's just figuring over from the SEC championship. I feel like there's a lot of things that I think we got just one race right there. Obviously, you're tired of it. It did feel like that loss was kind of strange. I got that vibe. Just like nobody seemed excited. But obviously, like I said,
Quinn won it. Like when I first saw that interview, I was really worried what was happening within the building. What's happening?
I fixed it. It was going off the camera, Mike.
That's why I showed you.
I was like, what?
Because I was like, I don't think this one's on.
That's what I'm like trying to figure it out. I had it on mute. I'm like, something is different because I can hear everything. Like I hear myself. I can hear that, but I don't hear what Joe. Is that better?
Well, there's nobody on there able to hear us.
Yeah, Joe's just like, dude, like we just hear conversations everywhere going on.
He was like, it sounds like the mic is like behind the camera.
Which is it's actually on the camera. Yeah, this should be good now.
Shit.
Jesus.
That's funny.
Yay!
Got a good picture.
Look at you. Got to hammer us. Okay, we have our first roadie. You're officially the producer in the background. Joe has been
Producer
promoted.
Joe?
Yes.
Producer Joe.
Producer Joe is the new nickname. Where were we talking about?
He's
We're
going to
talking
create a new
about
handle.
Yeah. We'll get a T-shirt made for him with it on it.
Oh, the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were talking about maybe it was the loss lingering over from the SEC championship that kind of got the guys a little off.
I think
I was curious if it was like the media narrative has just been pushing Arch all week, and I was curious how much that played
that's
into
what
it.
I think a lot of it is, especially Sark. Sark is here to protect everybody, and he's the one that's going to put everybody in their place. I think that I didn't see the Quinn interview, but Sark is. I picked that up when I was there, like when I was watching it. Like Sark is turned into dad mode and is in protective mode. It's like, hey, just so you know, these questions won't be asked. So you can ask about the football game, but we're not talking about the Arch Quinn thing. We're not talking about where Quinn's going after this. We're talking about a football game, and that's the mentality I picked up from Sark. Is like he is here to protect his players, and that's what he's doing. On top of also being tired.
Oh yeah.
So,
Dude, the life of a college football coach just sounds insane.
Yeah,
I've been
especially at
thinking
this
about
level.
it all week, dude. Like
Insane.
absurd. Like you had signing day in the middle of this. Like you had the SEC championship, signing day, transfer portal coming up, figuring out where you're going to be in the playoffs, who you're going to play in the playoffs. You got to watch film now, and you got to watch film for the next team. If you move on now, you might as well start preparing now for that also. So there's just a lot of chaos going on, and I don't know how Sark is doing it right now, to be honest.
Just never stops, man.
So 14-0.
Did y'all watch the game last night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
That-
domination, dude.
That 14 is 2 pick sixes.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
that's what we've heard. That's why I was like ponies, because they're moving the ball. Penn State, first couple drives, weren't able to move the football, and then all of a sudden I'm setting everything up, and you're like, oh, hey, Penn State scored. Oh, a pick six. And
That's
he was like,
perfect for
hey,
Penn
just so you
State.
know they were cheering for a pick six. Another one. I was like, DJ Collins.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's exactly Penn State's game plan, right? Offensively, they've been a little suspect, especially towards the second half of the year. And then their defense has been their strong front. And then today, I mean, that's ideal for them, having 2 touchdowns by their defense. I don't know, man. There's a lot of controversy now. We're 1 game into the playoffs, and there's already controversy about the committee.
Oh, God,
because
dude. Don't get me started.
because Notre Dame, I mean, the final score was way better than what it actually was, but Notre Dame just dominated that game from start to finish. Indiana didn't look good.
Lane was not happy about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, poor Lane. Hey, bud, beat Kentucky and Florida, and you don't have to worry about this. I don't understand. Like, some people are putting on there, if you didn't beat a top 25 team, you shouldn't be in. Okay, if you lose to a non-top 25 team, does that mean you also shouldn't be in? And he was like, yeah, sure. Everyone just has no idea what they're talking about at this point. There was something else. Everyone that's crying, though, is sitting at home.
Yeah.
3 losses.
I don't know how you could. There's not much argument with 3 losses at the end of the day. You know, like you're not going to get over 11-1 core 4 school. You know, I just don't get the argument. I know Indiana kind of came out and laid an egg. It was kind of hard to tell if it was Indiana played that bad or if Notre Dame really is that well-rounded. It looked like they were really well-rounded last night, but you know, that's to be determined on that. I feel like I still don't have a gauge on Notre Dame, but yeah, the argument is pretty wild, man. It's just like,
well, in base, like I just don't understand it. They have a better record. Yes, they probably played lesser teams, but they won those games.
Sure,
you've got to win the games against your lesser teams also.
Play to win the game.
Hello. It's getting crazy. Like the Alabama fans were going nuts last night. See, this is why we should be. Shut up.
Go beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
don't get embarrassed by Oklahoma.
Oklahoma beat Michigan last year, so you could actually get to the championship of the playoffs. Penn State. There was a 25-yard run for a touchdown. 21-0 now.
21-0.
So here we go again. Why is SMU in? It's going to happen again. It's getting old. It's getting real old. Like this is what we understand that this is the first 12-team playoff. We understand there's going to be some kinks, but I honestly think SMU would be the borderline one, but everybody else should be it. Like Indiana, I think should have been in. Like,
yeah, I think the exception with SMU is the committee didn't want to penalize a team for losing in their conference championship.
Right.
So that's the whole reason that I believe that SMU got in. I think that if both teams were sitting there not in their conference championships and it was SMU and Alabama, yeah, it would have been Alabama. But I think the committee had to make a statement to show, hey, we're not going to penalize you for losing. We're not going to penalize you for losing in your conference championship.
We got Clemson fans everywhere. Right
in college football, I don't think you can have a playoff system with this many teams where people aren't going to be getting embarrassed. It's going to be constant conversation. but at least we get to have the conversation compared to when it used to be when you never knew.
Exactly.
Now you get to watch them get embarrassed and oh well.
That's what I can't stand. Like, hey, by the way, last year you wouldn't even been mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't even be close.
Yeah.
So we would still be in the playoffs if it had been a 14 playoff this year. Who would we have played? It would be Georgia again, right? No, yeah, it would have been Georgia. We would have gone right back to go and play Georgia again because it was 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then Penn State would have played Oregon. So it would have been a bonus SEC championship and a bonus Big Ten championship.
I mean, it still might be coming.
So that is, I mean, it will be, but not with the 14. Like,
Yeah.
I think they will go to 16 teams. I don't know if they're actually thinking about the time frame for these games. It looks like, so there was 3,000 tickets 3 days ago on SeatGeek. That has gone down to like 600 tickets now.
Really?
They sold, yeah. And I think everyone was just trying to figure out, like, hey, everyone's to the holidays. A lot of people were banking on these tickets to drop. $100 is the lowest I saw them get down to. But school is out. So all the students are already gone for
Wow.
Christmas break. What?
At 11 o'clock this morning, there were 1,600
Yeah, it's
listings. We're down to
320 now.
320.
Yeah, so it's dramatically dropped. So people are still coming. Texas will fill it out, but I Notre Dame looks full, but they're not getting the revenue that they thought they were going to get out of this stuff. So it'll be interesting. They're going to have to tweak it a little bit, but they're talking about doing 2 home games. So doing the first and second round, eventually doing those at home. I don't like the neutral site stuff. Now they're talking about, like, if SMU is playing this game right now at a neutral site, they have a better shot.
I mean, neutral's more fair,
I get
but
that.
you just don't have it's not the right atmosphere.
Correct.
You're
Right.
going to have 3/4 full stadiums. Everybody's got to pay more to travel.
Correct.
It's just tougher.
I think 16 teams would just be too muddy at that point. I don't know. I feel like 12 teams is a good amount because I feel like there legitimately is 12, 13 teams this year that are justified in being in. I feel like if you make it 15 to 16, it's just like, I don't know. There's going to be some teams that are like
I'm a big
a
proponent of 32.
A 4-lot. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, no.
Let's just do the basketball tournament style.
Bro, the D2, if you go look at the other
January
brackets.
madness.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Dude, you know how long that's the problem is with football. You just can't do it
Wow.
logistically. Like, they do it in the D2 world, but like Harding, when they won last year, was like, I think they played 6 or 7 extra games in the playoffs. Like, it's a lot of football.
Yeah.
Come on, bud. You got to get on. Yep. It's too late. I already mentioned you.
Come on.
Yep. You're already in. Elliot, everybody, come here. At least say hi.
We got to flash the
At
horns.
least say
at least.
hi.
He's the guru behind our picks.
This is Elliot. You got to flex your horns, dude. Flex your horns.
Elliot, our betting analyst.
So, Elliot, come here for a second. All right. So before you go, since you're already actually, you know what? Come back. We're gonna do score predictions in a little bit. Okay.
Autographed shirts.
Yeah.
I
That
had to
was,
bust out the lucky
Love it.
shirt today.
bro. That shirt. We went to the spring game, and I just had the adrenaline rush of a lifetime getting all those autographs for him. Like, it was just hawk central. It's like, oh,
He's got
I can finally do it for somebody else now.
Cameron Dicker on there, Bijan Robinson, Jay Witt, and Keelan
yeah.
Robinson.
Keelan Robinson. Yeah. So
Were y'all just as confused with the free kick by Justin Ticker, the
Ticker.
Ticker the kicker.
kicker the other night?
No,
Dude.
I understood it because I had heard about the rule. Like, it's been tried a couple times. I didn't think it would ever actually happen.
I didn't think it would
Typically
happen.
not going to get close enough. It
No.
just so it'd be perfect that they got the penalty, the personal foul on top of that to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So
Such a Jim Harbaugh thing to do.
that is
Right.
that is Gruden and Harbaugh,
I
the
was
two
like-
guys that
I
are
don't
like,
think
oh
other
yeah.
coaches wouldn't have. It's not going to be on your mind in that moment. But I feel like he was like planning for it as soon as he saw everything happening.
So wait, on that note, since you know more about it, if he misses the kick, does it just count as a down, or what happens?
If he misses the kick, it's just a miss because there was no time on the clock.
Yeah, so it just counts as a used down, and you continue with your downs.
No. It's turnover on. If you miss it, it's turnover.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so
It seems like you would kick a field goal on second down.
Okay.
You miss it, it's over.
Okay.
It's a turnover on downs. That's why you can only do it with like a certain amount of time on the clock. That's why
Right.
it's such a rare thing to do.
Interesting.
Because they did it with 0 on the clock, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Basically.
They literally had an untimed down.
Right,
It
that's
was
what I thought.
perfect
Yeah,
to be an
that's what I
untimed down. All right. So I'm not gonna lie, boys. I think Notre Dame might beat Georgia.
I'm hoping they at least wear Georgia down.
Yeah.
Did you hear them chanting, "We want Georgia"?
I did.
Yeah.
While Smart was on the interview, he was like, "They got to worry about their own game first. We got to worry about ourselves and getting ourselves healthy." Shut up, Kirby.
I mean, they've run really well, really physical running team. So Georgia hasn't held up well against that, and they have a mobile quarterback, so they could be the right poison for Georgia.
I got Notre Dame beating them in my bracket that I filled out. One of my buddies invited me to a little pick 'em like $20 buy-in bracket.
Make sure you filled out all of them.
And yeah.
Okay, good. Because Joe, producer Joe, and old Jono did not fill out the first two games.
Snuck up on me.
Losers.
Still gonna win. But going back, I think Notre Dame might have the pieces to do it. I think Leonard, his ability to move around and rush, we've already seen that's Georgia's weakness. I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes, but I think Notre Dame's got a really good shot.
I've never seen someone get so excited about special teams. Like Notre Dame is all about special teams, dude. They have more trick plays for special teams than anything else.
Special teams, special players.
What's up, brother? Where is he? Is he here? No? Okay. He may be here tonight. All right, let's talk about the game a little bit. And then we're getting ready for the game. I am amped. Playoff football in Austin, Texas in December is very crazy. The weather couldn't, I wish we could have this weather all the time.
Oh, it's perfect.
For football. Let's see here. Stats for Clemson. Klubnik, 3,303 yards passing on the season, 5 interceptions.
I'm sorry. What'd you say his last name was?
Klubnik.
All I can hear in my head is like, in the clear, we all fan.
Okay. Anyways, hometown boy Klubnik. Am I saying?
Is it Klubnik? It's Klubnik.
Everybody calls him Klubnik, but I mean, I'm
Gold
sure it's
jacket,
fine.
green
I
jacket.
like Klubnik.
All right. Anyways, loser quarterback. He and Quinn fought each other on the high school battlefield, and now coming here, Maffa is their leading rusher with 1,106 yards. Williams, 838 receiving yards, leads them for receiving yards, and Westco right behind him, 678. Williams is their main receiver. Maffa is playing. I hear he's still injured a little bit. He's been not himself the last couple games, so that helps. What is your guys, before I go, I'll give you guys the floor on your take on Clemson. What do we need to focus on with them?
Sounds like you have a tangent prepared.
Not tangent, just I don't want to steal y'all's thunder, and then
I mean, I think you look at their offense, and they do have some good numbers. Their quarterback has looked good, Klubnik. But I think you look at the defenses they faced. If you look at the two best defenses they've faced this year, I would say Georgia and South Carolina, and they put up 3 points versus Georgia and 14 points versus South Carolina. So I don't know, man. I'm just not sold that this offense is consistent enough to move the ball against us. So I like our chances here in this game for sure. Offensively, I know we've kind of sputtered, but we're back at home, and I think that's going to help a lot too, because our last two home games that we've had, our offenses have clicked with Kentucky and Florida. So being on the road has kind of been a little bit of a lull for us, but I think our offense gets going again. I mean, I'll save my picks for a little bit later on, but I think this is a very favorable matchup for us.
I 100% agree. This is one of the more confident games that I've gone into about our performance in it. Like, I'll usually always have a feel like be confident that we're going to win, but in this game, I think we're going to cover easily. I'm not worried about this game. One, because of Clemson, the secondary is pretty inexperienced, and then also their their Clemson defense ranked 73rd. Yeah, I think it's their rush defense is ranked 73rd.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not worried about our offense performing, and then our defense I don't feel like is ever a question mark. So.
One of their strengths they do have a good front line on defense. Making sure that we protect Quinn is going to be the main thing. Running the ball will be a key. Arch needs to be in a little bit more, and not even just using the run, but using the run as a decoy and actually throwing the ball also. I do think Weisner has another big game.
Yeah,
Bond looks like he probably will be out. He was iffy. He didn't practice at all Monday, was practicing in the middle of the week, but There's just no point in chancing that right now. Like, give him rest. We've got plenty of weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Bolden, Golden, DeAndre. Like, we've got plenty of weapons to use. Wingo. There's just no reason to push it if he's not fully healthy. But honestly, our offensive line is going to be the big key to the game for us.
Yeah.
You can control, if our offensive line can do what they do, and the defense even does just half of what they've been doing. Clemson is really big on the deep plays, the big plays. We have proven over and over, including against Georgia, that we just don't give up those big, deep plays.
Yeah.
And so I don't care who we've played. That's what has been consistent all the way through. And as long as we continue to do that and don't give up the big plays, we'll be just fine. Clemson's going to have to put up 35 points in order to win this football game, in my opinion. Like, in the 20s is not going to win it for them.
Right.
It just won't.
I'm excited to see our secondary have to perform against what I think is probably the best thrower that we've seen this season. Like, I'm still really confident in them, but it's going to be their biggest test, and I'm excited to see him perform on it.
Yeah, he makes quick decisions, and that's been his strength this whole year. He's not one of those quarterbacks going to sit back there and let the defensive line get to him. He's quick throws, and the receivers' yards after catch is big for Clemson this year. This is going to be fun with Makuba, man. You know that they've kind of hyped it up a little bit, but it's kind of tapered off a little bit. But you know this is a big game for him.
Oh, for sure.
You know he wants this bad. So this is going to be fun to see. What I was going to ask is, did y'all hear is Banks still questionable coming into this game?
No, he's
clean. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Banks. I don't know which Banks are we talking about? Are we
Banks
talking about the award-winning
Lombardi Trophy winner?
The man himself.
did you see
Back-to-back
when
years?
Sweat called him?
Yeah, I
Sweat
did see that.
Yeah, Sweat called him up, and Sweat actually told him he was going to be the one winning it, and then was on a
Back to
FaceTime
back.
with him.
No, that's
Like,
sweet.
it was
I don't know
really
how I
cool to
missed
see
that.
that. Yeah.
He genuinely seems like a good dude, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, hearing him talk and the way, like, throughout the whole season and stuff he's doing off the field, like, legitimately seems like it couldn't happen to a better guy. So, super cool to win that award back-to-back years. And then winning the Thorpe as well with Jade. I mean, how cool is that, man?
I'm going to screw this up. Avi Aki, welcome. Thank you so much from Dallas, Texas, for joining. If I screwed that up, tell me. Also, Joe said you didn't send the link in time. That's the reason why.
I don't know.
That's why you guys didn't fill out the playoff bracket or the bowl game. Interesting. I sent it in plenty of time, Joe. I just want to be clear. I made sure. He even said, Joe's been asking for this. Thanks so much for bringing it to my attention. And he was supposed to forward it on to you. Joe, after this, message me. We'll get direct links so I can just go through you. We'll get the production. We'll get the production
we need to add
going.
our producer
That's right.
into
The
our
producer
group
needs to be in the
chat.
group chat now, so we'll just do that. Not a problem. I blame Jono. Yes, that's correct.
Sounds like
We
a
always do.
trying to
Don't blame
sabotage
me
him.
for sound. We all screwed up now. So you didn't send the link. You showed up late, and I screwed up the sound. So we're all even.
Bada
now.
bing, bada boom.
So we're good.
Just not used to working this time of year, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
A little off my game.
All right, so let's go. This game's over. This SMU game's got to be over. Like, there's just no 21-0 still.
One other pretty crazy stat that I heard, I'm stealing this from Jerry Hamilton.
Oh yeah, they're about to score again.
All season long, any team that Clemson's played that's at least 7 or 5 or better, their defense has allowed over 400 yards of offense.
Like that with my Quinn over.
400 yards of offense.
I like it.
I went Quinn over on yards this game.
If you allow us to get 400 yards, this is going to be a blowout.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Well, what game was that? We had a ton of yards. There was a game
Wasn't
not
that
too
like
long
2
ago.
weeks ago?
I was like,
All of our recent games.
yeah, I think A&M was it? We only scored like 17 points. So we had a ton of yardage.
It was the same way. We had a lot of yards in that first half.
Yeah.
screw
So let's pump it. But yes, I agree. I'm on the same page. All right, so let's get some prediction stuff going in. First touchdown score. Who's your first touchdown score?
I bet on it, so I'm going to go with it, double down on it, Wingo.
Okay, I like it.
I do like it. I'm going to stay with tried and true Helm.
We got to get off that. It's going to be one of two guys. There's got to be another Penn State score. It's got to be what it was because that's what. So it's either going to be Wisner, which that's the one I believe it is, but it's not the one I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Moore. I'm going with Moore for first touchdown.
I like it.
Okay.
I do have that as a pick. They are on the 1 yard line, second and goal. Penn State.
What do y'all think about the later game tonight?
I think Tennessee. I don't know.
Let's
Have you
go,
seen
Tennessee.
Tennessee? They changed the Google Map name. They bought out over half the stadium. They are
Love
like
it.
game day. They were flooded
Yeah.
with fans.
I saw that they sent out, because you know how they like striped their stadium.
Yeah,
They sent out the sections for the,
Yes,
the fans that
the
are going to be
checkers,
there to
yes.
make sure that they check her out.
Really?
on
Oh
the
yeah,
road.
yeah. It's
I was like, man, it seems like Tennessee's going to be out there full force, but
Joe has golden, by the way.
We're gonna have a
Golden.
home game in
Golden
Columbus.
touchdown.
How far is? I'm trying to pull it up right now. How far it is? 5.5
I
hour
was about to
drive.
say drivable
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Ohio State finally
That's
gets
awesome.
a night game.
Let's see.
How crazy is that? I knew they
Um,
were going to get stuck with it. I was like, watch them be the noon playoff game. That'd be hilarious.
I'm kind of screwed right now on my picks.
I haven't set a card yet.
I have Penn State.
I want a live set a card.
Fowler with 2 passing TDs. I have Smith with 80.5 rushing yards. He got 37 and a touchdown. And Singleton with 60.5. He's got 38 right now. So basically, it's boiled down to I have DeAndre Moore, a touchdown. Blue, 24.5. Blue was 24.5 yards rushing. That was kind of crazy to me, so I
That's
jumped on
kinda
that. Yours, 257.5 yards. Klubnik, loser, interception. Got to happen. We got to keep that streak alive. And then I have Auburn over 6.5 kick points. I don't know why I did that. I everything in my memory bank just went right back to all the missed field goals the last couple of games. So now that's an automatic loser. I'm going to put that in the bank.
Thanks. You're doubling down on him making one field goal and
It's
all
actually
his
I'm
extra
double.
points.
No, the extra points is really what I'm banking on. I'm not even banking on a
6
field goal at
extra
this
points.
point. I need 7 extra points, so I need 7 touchdowns. So we need to get to 49 in order for me to hit that. Because I'm not trusting a field goal at this point with him.
I mean, obviously you are. You put money on it.
I don't know what I'm thinking, dude. I don't know. It's at that time where you just throw darts at a wall. The last 4 that I put out, I've missed by like 10 yards. And
You're the king of missing by
brother,
one leg.
It happened last night.
Dude,
It's
Zach is
unbelievable.
still in depression by missing by one leg on like a $14,000 payout.
Yeah, but that one's a little bit more like when it happens consistently versus one time. It's like, he's also depressed because he sucks at fantasy football. What's up, Zach? Hi. Hope you're. Devin Sanchez, Joe's y'all's #1 fanboy. That's correct. It's correct. we actually welcome him. We'll put her jersey up in the rafters. That's fine. Let's see. All right. Who's going to win tonight? Not our game. Ohio State game.
I'm
Ohio
going
State,
Tennessee for sure.
I'm going to. What's the spread now on that?
I went
So I was
Tennessee,
trying to pull
man.
up.
I think it was 7 last time I saw, 6.5.
How did ours go? Ours went from 10. I looked last night and it was at 11.5, and now it's 13.5.
Money's flooding to Texas,
It's
man.
crazy. Like we're waiting last
Crazy.
second to go. Like it's up still at 13.5 for that one. That's 7. Ohio State 7. What's the over under for our game? 49.5.
Is this segment brought to you by Sleeper?
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, not yet. You got to pay us. I mean, we'll get paid in free gambling money. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But yes, please.
I don't know, man. I like Tennessee tonight. I don't know. I like. I'm not an Ohio State believer, man. I think their offense is super suspect, and I think they're coming off a really tough loss, and I think their confidence is shaken, and I think Tennessee has enough pieces to bother them for sure.
For sure.
And I think
They have a
if
great
Tennessee
O-line.
can go out and pop them in the mouth a little bit, that fan base is going to get frustrated very, very
I just
quickly.
need one thing. One thing. I need them to win and go plant a flag in the middle of that field. I do not care. I need
You're
that
going to
to
get taken out by a
happen, dude.
sniper.
Yeah.
Dude.
You're gonna, immediate felony. Like, did y'all see that?
Yeah,
Have we
that's
talked
really
about, I don't know if
pushing.
we talked about that, but an Ohio State representative wants to make it a felony to plant a flag in the middle of the field. That's the softest thing I have ever heard. How about you win a football game
Yeah.
and then we can talk? It's a flag. It doesn't mean anything. So calm down.
Apparently, I think it was a defensive lineman for Tennessee. He's like 6'4", 330 pounds. He's like, I'm gonna go plant the flag.
I promise you, there's one thing I can promise. If Tennessee wins that game, they will be planting a flag, and those
it'll be-
goalposts may be in trouble.
All
also.
you're doing is
It'd be
making
chaos.
everybody plant the
That's
flag.
exactly that's exactly
Yeah, if
right.
you talk about it, people are just gonna do it.
Next year, first game of the season, we'll be planting a flag. Even though Sark said that's a no, that's class. We're about to find out if Sark actually means what he says because he's
Come on,
already
Anthill, do it again.
he already came in with it. So, number one, we got 13 people watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. I need you guys to like the video. Need you to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We appreciate you guys. That stuff goes a long way. It's been a very long season for us. This is be our last at this tailgate. We'll probably end up going live for the national championship beforehand when we arrive there. So
Also in Arlington.
also in Arlington. Flights right now. I'm not going to Atlanta yet because I have zero friends that want to go to Atlanta. Like
I
nobody.
wanna go.
No, dude, you don't because I
I
asked
do.
you. The tickets were like $200 when I asked you, and then
I
you-
gotta pay for a snowboarding trip, man. Sorry.
they,
But
look
I
at
will
this
go
is
to
more
Arlington.
important.
I will go to Arlington.
I don't know if I will go to Arlington and we'll have to figure out. Oh, well, we need to try and buy tickets to that theater place in Arlington.
Oh,
That would be
Cosm?
sweet.
Yeah, the Cosmo. That'd be sick.
That would
For
be
the
sweet.
Cotton Bowl?
Yeah, dude. Why not? Of course, you're probably going to say pay the same price, but actually, we may actually.
We pay the same price, but feel like you're sitting VIP.
Yeah, I actually have an in. Let me work on that. All right, so we'll get to Elliot. Come here.
Elliot.
I'm gonna get you set up. Come here, right here. Come right here. Oh boy, let's figure out how to do this. Uncle T, just
There you go.
we'll just do it this way, however you want to do it. Okay. All right. So you're ready. Hold on. Let me get you. All right. Talk.
Hello,
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Say hook 'em horns.
welcome horns.
Who's your favorite football player?
It's hard.
It is. But who's your favorite?
I like.
Trey Wise.
Huh?
Trey Wise.
Okay.
Okay. He said okay. He's
That's
in.
it.
All right. Now.
He did say on the way down here because he has a Quinn Ewers jersey.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, I'll get you an orange
Yep.
jersey for next year.
Don't worry, you and Aunt Sarah. And Sarah, I'm having a fight her every time I get home because she wants Arch to come in. All right, so what's your what score prediction do you have? What's the score going to be? What's Texas going to score?
I think it's gonna be 19 to 32.
You say 90 to 32?
19 to
19 to 32.
32,
Who's the
19.
32?
19 or the 32 is Texas.
Okay, 32-19 Texas.
I like it.
I like that score actually a lot. I like that.
Okay.
Do you have anything else
Did you
would
coach him before this?
No.
like? No,
That's a
no,
pretty good
this- yeah,
pick.
that
I
is
did,
a solid pick. What
So many things.
do you have anything else you want to say? Do you want to say anything to Cal and Ruby or anybody at home?
No.
No? Okay, then.
Nope.
Say hook 'em horns at least.
Hook 'em horns.
That a boy. All right. You can go back to sitting on the fence. All right. Score predictions. Elliot with a solid pick, actually.
Yeah, for real.
I was hoping it was 90, that we were going to score 90, but that was not the case.
Horns by 90.
Yeah, horns by 90. All right. Joe, you got to put your prediction in also. Score prediction, boys. Who you got?
It's the virtual member of the podcast.
That's right.
I'm going a little aggressive today with it, but I'm going to go Texas 41, Clemson 20.
Okay.
I think Clemson scores a late touchdown to make it look a little bit better, but I got Texas 41, Clemson 20.
I'd be happy with that. I put mine in earlier, so I had to remember what I wrote down, but I had 35-13.
Okay, so now it makes me nervous because every time that I've been balls to the wall, it is,
All ski
and
ski.
we happen to lose. That's what affects us. However, we're not losing today. All right, Quinn is going to come in. He's going to actually sling it. They're going to take care of the football. He's not going to turn it over. Weiser's going to come in. He's going to run all over him. Makuba's going to get an interception. Johnny Barron is going to get an interception. We're going to have a fumble recovery. Auburn is going to make all of his kicks. Please make all of them, Auburn, for the love of God. Texas One Shot featuring the Fat Rack.
The Fat Rack.
There we go. Great advertising. All right, so the Fat Rack, go look that up. But my prediction is I don't think Clemson's going to be able to do it. I think it's going to be Clemson 14, Texas.
I see it.
42.
Yep, I saw
Texas 42. All right, conservatively.
Such a conservative pick from you.
42-14. It's very conservative. Yeah, that's a wrap, Joe.
42 what?
42-14.
Okay.
Joe has 28-13. 28-13. Is that Texas winning, or
It's a
do
weak
you have
pick,
Clemson
Joe.
winning?
Weak pick.
Yeah, is that's a Clemson or Texas? Because basically, I don't even. It's got to be Texas.
I think he upped his point total from what he told me earlier. Or he told me 20-13 Texas.
Texas, of course.
He seemed a little nervous about the Texas offense when I was talking to him. So
yeah, I'm over all of it. Like I'm all. Look, here's the deal. This is the same speech, and I'll give this one time and one time.
Rah.
This is the same thing from the Texas Rangers last year. I went through a lot of heartbreak before
TJ went
last
through
year.
it, man.
Especially last year. I went through it for years with the Rangers, and finally I decided to just let all of it go and enjoy the moment. And at this point in the game, Texas fans need to enjoy the moment. Stop criticizing. We win this game, we move on to the next one because nothing else matters. All that matters is a win or a loss. And at this point, you got to get behind your team. You got to root them on and allow them to do what they're going to be doing, which is going to be winning every single game up into the championship and winning the national championship. But at this point, you got to have fun with it. There's no more like what ifs. You let that happen in the offseason. Right now, be in the moment with your team. Let's kill them, every single one of them, which we can absolutely do. We're going to win another Big 12 championship next week after we win today. So just continue to live in the moment and enjoy the wins. It doesn't matter how we win. If it's a win, we move on to next week. Nothing else matters. There is no strength of schedule at this point. There's nothing. So enjoy the ride because it's going to be a great one. I had the same feeling last year with the Rangers. How we actually ended up doing it in the fashion that we did, I have no idea, but it happened. I had the exact same feeling with the Longhorns this year.
Goosebumps, man. You getting goosebumps?
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, boys.
Come on, man.
come on, man.
We are in it. We're in it for a great ride. Yeah, Joe said that is true. He was hesitant. But not anymore, Joe. We're living in the moment. We're here behind the team. You root for them. There is no more sob stories. You either win or you go home. So Texas is going to win today. So you guys have anything else?
Dude, you just said it right there, man.
Yeah.
Let's go, man.
I've been waiting for that.
I'm ready to go play right now, man.
This is playoff time now, boys. Like we're in it. And
give this man a beer.
It feels a little bit. No, not yet.
Survive in advance.
No, I am
Survive in
so
advance, man.
amped for this.
Yeah,
So,
man.
everyone watching, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. All the guys really appreciate it. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and let's go Longhorns. Hook 'em horns, everybody.
Welcome, y'all.